Alright, so in this video what I'm going to teach you is I'm going to teach you how to actually perform the negative releasing spell. Once you've developed your candle and you have everything ready, what you're going to need is you're going to need incense, of course. These are just simple little incense that I bought at Walmart. You'll want one of a herb scent. This happens to be frankincense, and there's 40 in the pack. But what I done is I simply just chose 9 of them to use. So we'll move this out of the way. The next step, we need a incense holder. You can get these at Walmart as well. Little $1 incense holder. That works perfectly. Then what you'll need is you'll need some wax paper. And you also need that list you created of the 9 negative attributes. So let us begin. The first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to grab about a foot and a half of wax paper. I already have this prepared. So let's grab some wax paper, lay it down. We're going to put our candle right on top of it. I'm going to put our incense holder right there. And we have our negative qualities, and we also have our incense. Alright, so for the first night, what you're going to do, go ahead and place one of the incense into the incense holder. Now let me grab another one. Sometimes these are a little hard to get in there. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at our negative qualities. The first one that we have on our list that is just an example would be anger. So what we're going to do once we light the incense and light the candle is we're going to do a prayer to divinity, asking divinity to help alleviate this anger from us. In this prayer, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the ways that anger has affected our situation and has affected our lives, and basically how we want to alleviate it. So what you do, start off, light the incense. Good, and then we're going to light the candle. Perfect. So now we can begin. What we want to do is go ahead and look at the candle. We want to go ahead and do a prayer until that flame reaches down to the first ribbon. Once it reaches the first ribbon, then we can extinguish it. And if you don't have a candle snugger, you can always use a spoon. Alright, so our prayer would go something like this. Dear Divinity, anger has affected my life and my situation and caused me negative attributes. Things like my relationship has gone bad because I cannot control my anger. It's also affected the way that others see me and the things that happen. It's went through my life and my situation and it's caused many problems. It's caused other things to happen in my life. I wish for this to be removed. I wish for all of these things to be turned around and for your guidance and your help in removing them. It also caused me an outburst, which ultimately led to the destruction of my relationship. The outburst happened when, etc., etc. And you'll want to continue this all the way till it reaches the first ribbon. Once it's reached the first ribbon, you can simply use a spoon, or you can use a candle snuffer, and you want to snuff the candle out. Okay? This spoon I will be disposing of once the spell's done, so I'm going to keep it down here. Notice I'm going to continue to let the incense burn all the way down. Once it's burnt all the way down, then I'll collect the stems, and I'll put them with the spell as well. Once you start the actual negative releasing, once you light it for the first time, you can never touch it again. What you're doing is you're channeling the negative energy into the wax and then burning it away. So you definitely don't want to touch the candle or any part of the wax whatsoever. That includes even inside the spoon. If any of the wax drips down the candle, you definitely don't want to touch it either. Now, some people ask, well, what if I need to move it because I can't leave it out all the time? Well, that's a good question. We have a solution for that. to move this candle, if you need to move it, what you do is you use a paper towel. You can grab the candle, and now you can move the candle without actually touching the wax. Now, be mindful of the wax on the candle holder as well, and maybe even on the wax paper, because if it's there, use a paper towel. Alright, so I'll just set this right back in there for the moment. If need be, you can take and put this in a plastic bag and store it away for the night. This will need to be performed 9 nights in a row, consecutively. It takes about 20 minutes per night, just depending upon how well you tied your ribbons. If you tied them too far apart, then yeah, it can take longer. Pretty much, that's the negative releasing spell. At the end of the 9 nights, you're going to take all of these things that you used right here, everything. And what you want to do is you want to dispose of them. Put them in a plastic bag, take them down to the local gas station and dispose of it, okay? That includes the candle holder, the incense holder, the spoon that you used, the little stems left over from the incense, and the wax paper as well. Thanks for watching.